Welcome back. Last time in Minecraft we got the AFK fishing farm up and running, and we also figured out in Ghidra how to figure out the class structure information. So right here we have the documentation for the layout of the Java class files. Last time we were looking at one of the subclasses of Minecraft server, and today I think we're going to go forward with, and I did not mean to open that, that's okay. Today we're going to go forward with the regular server class, since this is one of the more useful classes available. So the first thing we were looking at is this Minecraft server.class. We're looking at this data structure. This gives us everything that is in here. We start with a magic number, and we'll look at that. That's Cafe Babe, which is correct. We've got a major and a minor version number. We have the size of the constant pool, and judging by that, that is huge. 890 programming X89D, which is about 2200. That is way more than I want to parse by hand. So this one is huge, this one is big. I don't want to think about doing that all by hand. We have some access flags, which, if we look at this, are a bunch of flags. If we look at this, we have 421. So here we go. Abstract. So we can't instantiate this. Let's see. Is there a way to comment on this? Comments. Abstract. Okay, we've got 4, 2, and 1. Abstract. All right, this one, if I remember right, is backwards compatibility is unused. That's just there for backwards compatibility. Okay, abstract public. Okay, so we're just saying that this flag indicates that we have an abstract public class. That's interesting to me that that is an abstract class. Makes me wonder who derives from it. And in this case, we are at, this class is index 2 into, let's see, what is this? Constants pool, index 1, 2, kill. Okay. And it's a class reference to this name, which is, so our name is, oh, come on. Copy. Okay. So that is our class name, which you would expect. Net Minecraft server. So that's what you would expect. So we're saying that is saying that our current, click the wrong thing, that this class, comments, okay, semicolon, that's good, is net Minecraft server. Okay, and let's see what our super class is. Probably going to be object if I had to guess. So we're going for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This back reference to 4. And if we look at this, AGL. Okay. Copy. That is not what I expected. And that's why you always check. Let's see. Semicolon. AGL. Okay. Then even hex 8 quote AGL. So yeah, that's not AG1, that is AGL. No. So our superclass is not object, which is what I would have expected. So I'm going to save this really quickly. I'm going to go find this AGL class because I want to figure out what our hierarchy is. A, B, C, D, E, F, AGL. So this is the base class of server. Yeah, let's analyze it. Except for these two. Okay. So once again, we've got our Cafe Babe. We've got our major and minor versions. We've got our constant pool. This class, 2 hex, and then, okay, 1, 2, and it references 1, which is AGL, which is good. I'm glad. Control copy. I'm glad that says AGL because I would be concerned. Semi AGL. Okay. Our superclass is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. References 4. AGH. So that's interesting to me that it is AGH. Because again, I'm not expecting a deep class hierarchy. Now this is interesting because we keep tracing this down. Eventually we've got to get to object because everything in Java is derived from object at some point. Obviously we're not there, so let's go on to AGH, which is here. Yep, let's analyze. Ag. Okay. Cafe Babe. Doing 2 and then 5. So 2 would better be AGH. And that's a back reference to 1, which is AGH. Okay. And back reference to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a back reference to here. And that is finally object. Okay. So we have a slightly deeper inheritance hierarchy than I would have expected. Okay, because we have Minecraft server, AGL, AGH, object. 4 deep. For Java, that's not bad. But I wasn't expecting the AGL and AGH. And the next question I have is, what derives from Minecraft server? Because that obviously, since it's an abstract class, it obviously has to have something derived from it. Either that or everything is a static method. But the fact that we have base classes other than object would indicate it isn't all static. Now we're at kind of an impasse. We're kind of at a decision. What do we do? do we figure out what the base classes are? Do we figure out more along the lines of Minecraft server? We also need to figure out what interfaces we have, because we do have interfaces, I believe. So I'm going to close this one. And this one. And this one. And let's start looking at what interfaces we implement also, because those are usually going to be helpful in figuring out what this does. So if we start a server class, we're going to find what is this? That's some class, some function. Okay. Interface count. We have 4 interfaces. And where am I? Oh. Okay. So interface count. We have 4 interfaces. U2. So let's figure out what interfaces does. Interface count. Number of interface count. Each value must be a valid index in the constant pool table. For each value of interface where 0 is less than constant class info struct. Okay, so this gives us also the ordering that they're declared in the source file. So that 441. Items in the constant class info. So we're looking for, let's look at our first interface. Wait, it's 4 bytes, 9BD. Okay, wait. Interfaces count. Is the number of interface count, is the value of the, gives the number of direct super interfaces of this class or interface type. So interface count means we have 4 interfaces. And interfaces, valid index into the constant pool table. The constant pool entry must be a constant class. Okay. So this is an array of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so our first base class, our first interface is index 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So type 7. 6. Tag. Let's be type 7. Okay, so number 7, or 6. Let's see. Interfaces, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back reference to 6. And that gives us AHI, which then is an interface. So our first interface we implement is AHI, and then the second one is 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a back reference to 8. That gives us CC. And I just happen to remember the next one was B, which goes to A, and that gives us auto-closable. That's one we can find documentation on. And B, C, D, so C, runnable. And that is useful. So our set of interfaces is, we've got 4 interfaces: AHI, CC, auto-closable, and runnable. So those are all interfaces that might be useful. Given that 2 of these are from Java, we can look those up very quickly, find anything we need to know about those interfaces. Now, fields count, that's a lot of fields. I don't really want to do fields or methods by hand. Attribute count isn't bad. Let's see. Fields, methods, attributes. Okay, so this is more additional information about this, and I didn't mean to open that. But this is generally very useful information. We now know more about our inheritance hierarchy. We know what class we are, we know what our base class is, we know the entire inheritance hierarchy down to class, or down to object. We also know what our interfaces this class implements are, and we can find out in a similar way how those interfaces inherit from other interfaces, so we can get a full hierarchy for this class. At this point, that's a lot of redundant rather than difficult things. So I'm going to assume that there is some way to script Ghidra. See if we can search script. Haha! We have something called a script manager. We can do scripting. That will definitely be something to look into the next time we're doing this, because that is going to be incredibly helpful for something like this, where we have 70 some odd fields, and we have even more methods, and we have the entire inheritance hierarchy. This gets really ugly really quick to do this by hand. It's doable, not particularly difficult, but it is redundant. It'll take forever, and it isn't value added to do it by hand. Excuse me. You do it once, you do it twice, just make sure you understand what's going on, and then you automate it, because you will make mistakes if you do it more than a handful of times. You'll miss something, you'll make some stupid mistake, not on purpose, but it happens. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. So I think that's what we're going to look into next time. We're going to figure out how to script this and automate scripting at least one of these things where we get the fields. If we can automate fields, that gives us a huge advantage. We can then use that and a few other things to automate the rest of the class. We can get the entire structure of the class with one script rather than having to go through by hand and go, did I get that one? Did I miss that one? How did that work? So that is going to be a huge time saver, a huge benefit. Without that ability to script, this is such a large project as to be unmanageable. So we're going to have to figure this out next time. At this point, I think I'm going to call it on Ghidra for the day. This has been significant, I think, progress. And we're going to do something more fun. And we're going to actually play Minecraft. And let's make sure my speakers aren't on too loud. I don't have headphones, so my speakers could overwhelm the microphone. Okay. Okay, multiplayer, join the server. It is a local server, so it's not like it's that much of a server. Okay, so last time we put together this fishing hole, and I did a little bit of fishing, not a whole lot. I got some food. Now we've got plenty of fish. We aren't going to have food issues to come. I also did some mining, found a bunch more diamonds, and I did find one additional fishing rod. Oh, come on. Whatever. Okay, and I did merge it, so I've got Lure 2 and Unbreaking 3. However, I've not found another fishing rod, and frankly, I don't want to go and kill a bunch more spiders. So the next project we're going to work on is we're going to go straight below this, and we are going to build a mob farm. If we build a mob farm, we grow. That was way closer than I care for. Yeah, I did not want to go out my door and find skeletons. Haha. That's how they avoided the direct sunlight. Time to go fix that really quickly, because I don't want that happening again, especially with creepers. At least that was only skeletons. Let's try this again. We're going to go up and around and over. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen again by getting rid of this tree. Got an axe. Let's get rid of this tree. Holy cow, that made me jump. I was not expecting that. And just to be safe, I'm going to get rid of this. Whoa! Another zombie. Let's get rid of this tree too. Make sure the leaves don't have anything to prevent decay. Really, really don't want that happening again. I'm glad that wasn't creepers at my doorstep. Oh, God. Okay. There's no other logs in there. So we shouldn't have an issue with that in the future. That should decay, and then life will be much less bad. That's kind of pretty. I like having that there. Okay. We've got some wheat, we got some seeds. And there we go. There's my hoe. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, I guess the next thing we're going to do, we already did the first thing, which was kill the stupid zombies, or skeletons, and get rid of those trees, so that we don't have that issue again in the future. Next thing we're going to do, I want to build a mob farm, so I don't have to go out hunting in the middle of the night and get really annoyed and have mobs kill me repeatedly, and yeah, bad things. I don't like it. Also built a second chest. That's going to be, yeah, I definitely have to straighten this out. So what I want to do is I want to have the mob farm in such a location that I can have mobs spawn and die, obviously, while I am busy fishing. And so to do that, I need to figure out what the spawn radius is on mobs. So Minecraft mob spawn radius. Okay. Come on. Okay, so extent of single player spawn mob spawn conditions mob caps. Okay, mob spawning ranges. Mob spawners activate. So 24 to 32 meters, 32 blocks. So 24. So let's dig down 24 and we can figure this out. So we are at, what's our Y level? 60. 60 minus 24, 40, 36. Height of number 36. So this is where I'm going to want to build the mob spawner, at least that height. And I didn't think about what direction this was. 226. So we're going to tunnel back to 226. That'll give us a good location where we can definitely have monsters spawn. It's in the radius where we would expect monsters to spawn. We're not going to have too many issues. Ooh, coal. I'll take coal. And we're not going to have issues with mobs despawning. We're not going to have issues with it being too close, and so they don't spawn. This should be a pretty safe, conservative, pretty safe location for it to be. $26. Right there. That should be pretty much directly under my way in. Let's torch this properly. I'm going to mine out this coal because it's there. Yeah, Because what I want to do, I want to be able to go AFK fishing for a while and not have to worry about running out of string and going hunting to find more spiders to kill. I don't want to do that. I want to go AFK fishing and not have to worry about it anymore because I have a mob farm. So this is 226. That's where I want mobs to spawn, but it is a sphere, so I can go out this way a little bit. And what we're going to do over here, we're going to do a flushing mob farm because I have enough redstone to be able to do that. And do I? Because I do. Anyway, a flushing mob farm is going to be more efficient, shouldn't impact the frame rates as much. And so let's hope we can figure this out. Okay, so I need a dispenser. Let's see. Redstone. I hope I don't need a bow for a dispenser. I don't know if I have one. We'll need a bucket, but that's not too bad. Let's see, bow. Let's see. Dispenser uses a bow, cobblestone, and redstone. So I have enough to make, hopefully, 2. And we can always expand this, make it larger, but for now, we'll go with what we've got. So, oh, I don't want a dropper, I want a dispenser, but I don't have undamaged bows. So, I guess we'll make an early pathing trap, and then we'll deal with this later. Or we can upgrade it later. So I'm going to build a bunch of trapdoors. The reason for trapdoors is mobs should path over them and go, hey, there's a solid trap here, a solid solid block here, trap over them, and not pressure plate, trapdoors. Let's see. No. There we go. Okay. So that's the start. Frankly, I don't care if we get mixed trapdoors because this is not something we're going to see for very long, and it's not really something that's going to stay around long. This is a short-term mob killer until we get something, until we get string, and then we can make bows, and then we don't have to worry about this anymore. So I'm hoping, yeah, anyway. So we are going to go over here. We got to get some buckets of water. Let's see, do we have enough iron? We should have iron ingots. I'm going to make a second bucket because I don't want to come up over and over. That's not what I wanted. I wanted 3. Okay. let's do this. Okay. So we're coming back in here. Like I said, this will give us a location. And we are going to make this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. So basically, we are going to build this sufficiently large to give us a decent spawning place, spawning area. And we're going to hope that spiders don't muck this up too badly. The unfortunate thing with this, one of the reasons I wanted to go with a flushing trap instead of a pathing one, is the pathing one can get screwed up by spiders. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what we're going to end up doing is we're going to put the water here, down a couple blocks, but right there, and it will push the mobs over this way. And I don't want to go that way. There is a cave. Here there be monsters. That was not really what I was expecting. I mean, they'll die. Boy, will they die. But again, not really what I wanted. Okay. I'm also going to leave this at a too high thing so we don't get Endermen spawning. I don't want to deal with Endermen right now. Ender pearls would be nice, but not what I'm looking for. Don't want to deal with them. They're mean, nasty, ugly, sharp, pointy tooth, yada yada yada. Okay, so we've got this. So we need to do this 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, if we were going to do this the whole thing, we can do this 4 arms out and have a 2x2 drop in the center down to whatever mob killer we have. I'm not going to worry about that right now because that gives more mob spawning area, gives more drops. Right now, I don't care too much about having high drop rates since this is a very early game temporary spawner that I want to not deal with afterwards. I want to replace this with a flushing mob spawner, and that really affects the shape and size of this. And since affects the shape and size, so not going to worry about it for now. I do, however, need to make sure I put in a door here. Well, a door. I won't put in a door. Anyway, this will be fun to clear out once it happens. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. I don't want you to kill me. Go away. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good enough. So I'm just going to put in blocks now to block out that cave. I don't particularly care because, like I said, this is a mob spawner. This is not caving. This is not anything exciting. This is building your basic mob spawner to get started and avoid having to go out and confront creepers and spiders and every other ugly thing that comes out at night, and I don't want to. Unfortunately, I did find like 4 or 5 diamond veins while I was playing off camera. So I have enough diamonds that if this dies and this pickaxe runs out, I'm okay, and I'm happy about that. And I've got to go make another shovel because I didn't bring sticks. I can't remember. I know it used to be that zombies wouldn't break down doors, but I seem to feel that these days they can. So I'm not going to take a chance with this. I'll zombify it. I won't bother putting in a door. I'll just block it up. So for now, we're going to build a shovel. Okay. So we're going to have plenty of spawning area. I'm actually going to go down one more. So this is going to be a trough. We're going to have water here just to move mobs down stream to our killing area. That will give us 8. And I'm just going to jump up here. Okay. Now the other part of this killing trough is we have trap doors. Trap doors go on the top. And you put them down. Because they're down, the mobs can fall through, but the mobs are not smart enough to realize that there isn't a solid block. And because they think there's a solid block, they'll path on it, they'll fall, and then we will have water push them down to the end, and then they drop. For now, they drop way far enough to kill them. We'll build some kind of killing area down there. So that's your basic pathing. Now normally you'll put half slabs on here to make it so that spiders can't spawn. In this case I do want spiders, and I'm going to chance the spiders messing this up, but you know, I'll chance it. They can stick things up. My experience is that while they do stick it up, it could actually be worse, so I'd rather deal with the spiders than I'd rather have spiders muck it up than worry about it too much. Now the only thing I'm doing over here is I'm going to dig this out too, so I get another trough pushing into the killing area. And I'll do it on that side also. 1, 2, 6. And having this extra trough just means there's a better chance that mobs will path into it and get swept away. That's the hope. And iron. I won't say no to iron either. Okay, I know that I'm not going to fall to my doom there. So let's call that good. Let's put diorite in place just because. And okay, so now we have our second set of troughs. And I'm going to put on a second set of trapdoors. Six, 7, 8. Okay. And these trapdoors, of course, have to be down just the same as the other ones. And that gives us 2 sides. I'm going to come over here. We'll deal with the last side. So. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go down 2 more. Okay, we have a mob spawner, a mob killer. We have a way of killing mobs. Well, definitely killing them because they will die from fall damage at this point, but we have no way to collect, which we definitely want. So I'm going to have to win my way down there at some point and build a some trap to kill the mobs. For now, I'm not too worried. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not too worried. We can definitely do a mob drop killer. So for a drop killer, you do have to have the vertical distance, which we should have plenty of room for. I believe we are at Y36, so we would need to dig down to about Y10 or 11 for a full-on drop kill. Now, I don't know if that's what we really want to do, but it would be the way to do it. So the other option is to leave it as a bit of an experience farm and let the mobs drop down and eventually die. I'm not sure what I want to do. Frankly, what I want to do is I don't want to have a drop kill, but at this point we're far enough, don't have enough resources to do something better. I do want you know, slime pistons and stuff to really have some fun. Okay, so we've got a decent little shaft there. Now and we can check really quickly our distance, and that's exactly the right distance for it to push them off. That's why we have it too wide, and it's 8 long. And this is always the dimensions you do for this type of mob farm. But so we have to figure out how to kill them. I don't particularly. Let's just double check. Minecraft kill drop. Okay. Mob drop. Height. Okay, so this says 22 to kill a skeleton. That leaves it at half a heart, in case you want to use it as a XP grinder. We already have the fishing, so I'm not too worried about that. Since I don't care about that, I can go down 23, 20, 23, and then a couple more just for good measure, just to be on the paranoid side. So if I drop 25, and we are at 36, that gets us down to 11, and that does it just fine. So I'm going to build a couple, I'm going to build 4 hoppers. We don't have carpet. So let's see, do we have, yeah, we've got enough lumber. Okay. And iron. For okay, so that just ate up a bunch of our iron. Okay, good enough. And some gold. I want another pick for when this one dies. So I'm just going to build another diamond pick. Hate wasting diamonds, but I don't have the string I want. So that should be enough. Flint. More wood. Okay. Yeah, the other reason I don't want to do a drop spawner is you have to drop 25 blocks. I want something that doesn't mean I have to go clear down to practically bedrock to in order to get drops. I really don't particularly care for that idea, but you live with what you got, and right now I got nothing. Okay. Six. I better torch this really well because I do not want mobs spawning on me while I'm building this. And I don't want that either. Okay, so good. I'm always going down to the right. Oops. And we're finally at the bottom of that. We can continue down to Y level about 11, so another 10-ish. And of course we will have to make sure that we can get back up, and then we'll have to make sure we have a way at the bottom to get to the double chest that we're going to place. Like I said, this is not a big mob farm. This is not a high output. This is a I don't want to go kill spiders. $13, 11. So we're at Y11. They're going to fall from 33 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So this is where I want them to fall to. And I did not leave myself a way up because I'm smart like that. Okay. So that really gives me a way down. And I need to make sure I have a convenient access. Convenient access, unfortunately, at this point, means through my mining tunnel. Which is over that way. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Go that way 10, and then mine back. So this is going to be a pain, but it's not that bad. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Next time, when we come back, we'll finish this drop killer. We'll hopefully have a way to then get string and create droppers and or dispensers and everything else we need to have a nicer, better mob farm. So this will be a very short-term temporary thing we built. Have fun. Bye.